What is up, Girl Please podcast? It's your girl Aja,
Charlene,
and your girl Brittany,
and we're back with episode 2 of season 2.
Yeah. The dash is digit, the schedule busy. My head in a hoodie, my shorty a goodie. My cousins are crazy, my cousins like boogie. Life is amazing, it is what it should be. Been here for 10, but I feel like a rookie.
And this is one that's gonna be touchy, really triggering. So I just want to point that out before we get started. We said this in episode 1 that we're gonna have topics that we're gonna talk about that are touchy, triggering. But I feel like we need to talk about it, especially during this month, during everything that's been going on in this ghetto country of ours.
Yes.
We just need to talk about it. So
I agree. Yeah, it's been a lot going on.
It's like nothing is changing.
Mm-hmm.
They keep talking about we need change, but there's no change. Like, that makes sense. Like,
That's true. That's
when
true.
Right.
it's gonna happen. Like, gonna fall through. You know,
We need more than just this little month. It should be a
right?
everyday thing.
And then
there
it's the shortest month.
They get out.
They so trifling. They don't want us to be
They don't.
great.
They don't.
They don't want us to elevate, prevail. All we good for is entertainment. But we'll get into that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so like we said, we're starting off every episode with Girl with Tea, but I feel like for this one, there isn't really like no gossip or tea surrounding this. So since we're going to be getting to heavy topics within this episode, I want us to start off light. I want us to talk about people who've inspired us during Black History Month, whether they're a part of Black history or African American individual who's influenced you to do better. So, who want to go first?
Oh, I think I could go first.
You go first? Okay, Go ahead.
I most definitely want to say is this was kind of off guard.
I told
Wait a
you.
minute. Okay.
I want to start off light first. You don't want to.
Yeah. I would say, dang, they made a show about them, and it was very sensitive about the young guys. It was like the group of young guys that got accused.
Oh, the Exonerated Five.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exonerated Five.
I would say they were like a huge impact on especially our generation because we didn't know anything about it like that.
No, I really
that was
didn't
like
know
my
nothing
first
about
time
it.
hearing about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, I couldn't go through watching the episodes because it was just too much and it was just very emotional for me. So I could not get past it. But I would say they have like a huge impact on our generation, just them having that voice, and that's, exciting for them to be able to still be here and live that out and actually, put their story out there and have a voice. So I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say they are part of Black history.
They are.
So
most definitely.
Yeah, most definitely. There were 5 guys, right?
Yeah.
Five.
Central Park 5.
Yeah, so most definitely them.
Okay. Charlene?
I don't know. I guess since she spoke about something that happens to be like came out as a movie, something else that I watched. I don't know if it's still on Netflix or not, but when it came out, what was it called? The 13?
Oh my gosh.
And who did that? I don't want to mistake her name wrong, but I'll figure it out. But the 13th was really good because I feel like I know bits and pieces of history based on what I was taught. So watching shows or like even keeping up with stuff that happens in the news or on social media, you realize how much you may be out of the loop of what we actually have to deal with as an African American community, whether you deal with that directly or indirectly. Like when you look back at the history of things, it's like we were only given these itty bitty laws really so they could just push us to the side and think that we were just going to continue to be oblivious to the fact that this country was built on our ancestors' backs. They built it. Like, there's no argument with that. They built it. So to watch that and like even for them to talk about different people's stories who were released from jail that, got put in there for years for something that they didn't even do. Like, you recognize how much stuff is really covered up and the news basically feeds us a whole bunch of bull. Like, they don't show us what's really happening behind closed doors. We're
Right.
all like, the money is truly going. Like, education is where it should be going, not to all the jails that you think these children should be going to. Like, why put money more into tearing them down than building them up?
Right.
But that's something that really inspired me and showed me something different. I want to say her name is Ava DuVernay.
Yeah, she's the one who
Yeah.
did Central Park 5.
Yeah,
too.
she did. She did
yeah.
the 13 too, and
Yeah.
I like she when it comes to bringing out stuff like
She's
that.
gonna talk about it.
Protect her at all costs.
Period.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, I feel like this is really hard for me to pick one person who's like influenced me. This is really hard.
You could, it's like you could touch base on the show you watched. That was really touchy. We was upset the whole day.
Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna talk about this show that me and Brittany watched this like 2 weeks ago. It was regarding the Emmett Till death and his case and all of that. And that really showed me like really the fools. Like, of course you hear bits and pieces about his death and what happened, but I feel like that show really captured everything that went on that we probably didn't know about, from the time of him like growing up to his birth,
Right.
to him going down to, what was it, Tennessee?
Mhm.
Money, Tennessee, and, you know, visiting family, doing work there. You know, he catcalling a woman. He was from up north. Up north was very different from down south during that time anyway, because they wasn't really viewed like that up north than how they were down south.
I was in Mississippi, by the way.
Mississippi.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's Money, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that right there, like, even that woman was a mother herself.
Right.
For you to lie like that and say that he did this and that, you were there when they did what they did to him, and then go on trial, still go along with their lie
for years,
decades, come out recently about it and recant your story. What can you do now? First of all, he's dead and gone. He's been dead and gone for years.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
people are
how
sick.
is that going to help?
Yeah, that
Now,
was foul.
And I also want to shine a light on the young lady who recorded the death of George Floyd, because I feel like without her recording and her,
probably would never
actually,
got justice.
we wouldn't have got justice, because you really wouldn't have that concrete evidence
Right.
to show him on his neck for damn near 10 minutes.
And begging for his life.
Begging for his life, calling out for his mom. I just feel like without social media and without the technology of phones, many cases that we have seen, I feel like we would hear about them, but we wouldn't actually be able to see them. Like,
Right.
Philando Castile, his girlfriend was on Facebook Live while the cops shot and killed him. It's just like,
and was pointing a gun at her and her child.
Yeah,
her child was
your
crying
child was in the back
seat.
seat.
People
So,
are so sick.
Yeah, like I said, this is gonna be one of them episodes. So,
And keep in mind with
buckle up.
Emmett Till, like, he was lynched in 1955.
Getting into it, we're talking about the Black Lives Matter movement as well as gun violence within the African American community. So, I want us to talk about our first memory of being introduced to Black Lives Matter and the whole movement, and like basically how we're viewed as within this country, and like how we're treated within this country. So can you do you remember like your first ever memory of being introduced to this?
Black Lives Matter? I
Yeah.
would say, if I'm not mistaken, I think with the Trayvon Martin case.
Me too.
I can't remember what grade I was in. I feel like
we were most definitely in like middle school.
Yeah, I feel like I was in middle school. And I would say, yeah, that's when it kind of opened my eyes, like, dang, like, you know, your parents, they teach you one thing and everything, but, like, seeing that whole case, and I was like in distraught. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even explain. Like, I was just like, oh my God, like, this is America. Like, what? It was disgusting. Like, I felt sick to the stomach to see that. I don't even want to say his name because he don't even deserve to get his name out there.
And he's still trying to sue them for defamation of character.
But that got canceled though.
But that's just sad because like that could have been my uncle, my brother, you know, my cousin. And I don't know, but that's when I was introduced to the whole Black Lives Matter thing. That's when I just started seeing like the trend going down. I'm like, okay, like what is Black Lives Matter? I mean, we know what Black
lives are, yeah.
But I'm like, okay, what is this movement really about, and how is this going to help our culture or our people? So, I mean, you know, there's some interesting stories about the whole organization.
But we're gonna get into that.
But of course, then we didn't. You know, we were getting into learning that knowledge of what was Black Lives Matter about,
and police brutality,
right?
Especially for African Americans.
Whoa, like that's really really crazy. But I can't wait.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say not only just the Trayvon Martin, but the wow, his name just slipped my mind. But the other boy that got killed like shortly after him, like either like a year or two. Michael Brown, like that was the next one that like after Trayvon Martin was killed, that I was like, okay, here we go again. His was like a year or 2 years later. And kind of like the same instance. So it was like, okay, like here we go again. The only thing is like, it was like things would happen and everybody would be protesting and it'd be big. And then it's just like things would just die down.
Like with the George Floyd thing. Like everybody was so, okay, like, all right, he got, you know, justice. But in my eyes, it's really not justice because why is this man still trying to appeal?
True.
Like this is a bunch of...
Honestly, to me, it's not justice because a life was lost.
Right.
It's just like it was just like it was not justice. Like
it to me it's not enough.
No.
And at the same time as you had Breonna Taylor too, who still has like they only got let go, but they haven't been charged for the fact that they literally bust through her door without knocking and fired shots. Like,
and you even have one that recently happened here in Houston.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah, but after seeing that body cam, it's like y'all dead ass did a drive by in an unmarked car.
But we're the thugs.
In an unmarked car.
But we're the thugs.
Although he had a gun, not once did he shoot back.
But we're the thugs. I'm gonna just keep. I mean, because they that's what they say.
Aren't they the ones who stormed the Capitol, right?
Girl.
Okay. But we're the thugs.
But you're supposed to
we're the threat.
I just don't understand why my skin color is such a threat to you. Because it's bold and it stands out. And I'm a threat. I just would never understand, like, it irritates me, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm getting mad. Because it doesn't make sense. Because of my skin tone, I'm a threat to you.
Yeah. And when you look at like
I'm intimidating.
Yeah, like it's dumb. It's dumb.
Like it's really dumb because I don't like you because you're black.
And what else?
What?
Because I really could care less. But
right. Right. You know what it is?
I'm proud to be black.
Right. You know what it is? It's just they're scared that they know if we get that kind of power.
Baby.
I'm just waiting for the day. I pray that I am alive when that day comes. When they are the minority.
Right.
They technically are the minority. Mm-hmm. They are the minority.
Honestly, without us, without Hispanics and all that, there would be no America. So let's just start there. There would be no America.
Especially that. You know what irritates me too, though? I know I'm a little off topic, but listen. Mm-hmm. What irritates me when they be like, da-da-da-da-da, this. I'm not going to say the N-word, but they call us the N-word. You need to go back to where you came from.
But where did you come from? Let's start there. Where did you come from?
But my thing is, who told your ancestors to put my ancestors on the boat and beat them and make them come here? We didn't ask to be here. We was over there minding our business.
But
Okay?
your ancestors ain't from here either.
Right, because, technically we all from Africa. You know what?
Read your Bible.
They ain't gonna like that.
Read your Bible.
Man, let me tell shout out to this man. I was working, and he was part of the Black Panther, actually. I can't think of his name, y'all, but I will drop his name later. Mm-hmm. And this man was on the phone with me for an hour and a half, y'all. It didn't supposed to be like that, but anyways, he was just dropping so much knowledge
mm-hmm.
to me about just Black lives, or why the white man is mad. Mm-hmm. And he was like, we all come from Africa. We all came from Africa. He was like, it would just happen that he said about the mountains and
Mount
the ground.
Caucasus, yeah. Y'all went and hid in that little mountain, and y'all got that little lighter complexion.
Exactly. But
that's all that happened.
You still black. You're still black. You're black. And, Get Out is a good representation of
Jordan Peele, really.
Exactly, about why white people are the way they are. Well, there's no reason for them to be the way they are. Let me correct that. Mm-hmm. But, pretty much they want to be us. They want to be chocolate. Because y'all black. So y'all just want to, skin tone to be chocolate. Y'all want to be athletic like us.
Y'all want the hair.
Y'all want the butt. Y'all want the breasts, the lips, the thick lips. Kim.
The whole Kardashian Jenner clan. That's just
stop praising them, please. Thank you.
And don't act like it's not the truth, because it very much is.
And it's not just the Kardashians, some more of them.
Because who else look like this, honestly and truly, naturally, except for a Black woman? I'm just saying.
Let me. Can I go?
Yes.
Okay. I just got off topic there.
Yes.
Go ahead.
For me, the first memory of the Black Lives Matter and all that movement, I would say, like you said, with Trayvon Martin, I can vividly remember where I was sitting watching TV during that trial and hearing them say not guilty. I think I boohoo cried, because I was like that could have been my brother, right. That could have been my uncle, that could have been my dad, that could have been anyone that I've known. It could have been me. I would this boy was going to get fucking Arizona and Skittles, and you racially profiled him because of the hoodie that he was wearing. He was walking back home because he was visiting his dad, and you do this. I would have fought back too.
Right.
I don't blame him for fighting back. I would have fought back too.
Now that was self-defense.
I would have fought back too. Did you have to pull your gun and shoot him? No, you did not.
And even when you listen to the call, they tell you don't follow him.
They told him.
You called your neighborhood people, called 911. They told you, we got it from here.
Do not follow him.
And it was premeditated.
Which is why I still don't comprehend how he was not guilty, how he's still not guilty when they told you not to follow him. Talking about you thought he had a gun. What big Arizona look like a gun?
Sir, you're the one who had the guns.
Make it make sense.
And then what's crazy, his ex-wife, had put him out there.
Yes.
And I bet it would piss me off with them too, because it's just like, girl, you could have been opened up your mouth when the whole trial was going on. Why you waited till after? That's what's wrong. We wait. What are you waiting for? Baby, these people done lost their son, their brother, their grandson.
Exactly.
And they're, trying to put this man behind bars. And you over here, I guess whatever happened between you and him, not saying his name, I'm so serious. Not saying his name. But yeah. But this is stupid. I can't. You hate me because I'm black. That's dumb. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's okay.
It's this whole country is a joke to me.
It's goofy as heck. I know this country was a joke when Trump became president.
When that man became president, yeah, most definitely. Because he even ran for it as a joke.
The saddest morning of my life.
Just the whole lineup was a joke, in my opinion.
Even now, it's a joke.
I miss.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's terrible we even have to force ourselves to make spaces.
Right.
To make our own space. Why do we have to go above and beyond every single time just to make our space. It doesn't matter where you are in politics, in sports, in whatever career field you're in. Why do you have to go above and beyond? And even worse, why do people sometimes think that you sleep your way to get there? No, I worked hard. You did that. Don't lie. You did that. I didn't have to do that.
Exactly. I don't have to sleep my way up to the top. No, my hard work and dedication is going to show for that. So that's how I feel about that.
It's terrible.
Any more other comments, concerns about the whole? Oh, we were supposed to talk about the topics surrounding the whole Black Lives Matter organization, and you know how people. The silence is very loud. Very loud.
All I'm
happened
gonna say is, do not donate your money to them.
How it's a whole scam, and people donate their money and
it's for them to build them. And that's that's when it becomes an issue with Black people helping each other because of
ignorant people like that,
like things
greedy
like
people
that.
like that, greedy.
Right? It's like you're supposed to be helping your brother, not hurting them, and just building yourself up. People are really dying, getting killed because of the color of their skin.
But you using all this donation money to buy you a house.
Like that's no. Ooh, Lord, girl.
I just feel like you built this organization to bring awareness, bring some sort of justice and peace, and this is supposed to be an organization to bring people together, and people are donating money to better the organization and whatever efforts y'all are trying to do, but you're sitting up here using the damn donation money to fund your life.
Right.
Who else would want to donate any more money to an organization after that happens?
Right.
Because I wouldn't.
Exactly.
Or even believe that it's a real movement.
Exactly.
Like, who would want to support it at that point?
Man, there's so much they could have did with that money. It's so much. Give it to each family, because just because we just hear about these names, there's
way more people and names that we don't even know about.
Exactly. So, they could donate that money to them, or, just, portion it out to them, and even feeding like the community that's in need, or supporting them, because Black Lives Matter. It doesn't have to go towards violence all the time.
Yeah,
right.
So
building a community center or a park for kids,
exactly.
or something. Exactly. It could have went to literally anything. Not funding your life. You get a job and do that.
Exactly.
I'm sure you get money that you could take a small percentage of whatever other money that you get for that organization. Like, I'm sure you get sponsorships. Come on now.
Of course, because you're taking that time to do those things.
Exactly.
But to be greedy like that, you don't lost your mind. That's ridiculous.
And when you find it, you give me a call. Like, what?
But Black Lives Matter. Like, girl, you contradicting yourself. Goodbye.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the gun violence within the whole African American community, Black community, whatever it is. So moving right along, do you feel like the hip hop community somewhat has I don't want to say influence, but influence in like the gun violence within our community? Do you feel like?
I want to say yes, but no. I feel like you have a choice.
True.
And then not just that, just because a rapper talking about it, they gon' do their little whatever to they op or whatever you want to call it. That don't mean that, okay, put in your mind, like, you don't have an own mind of your own. Like, think for yourself and think, things through. But they do and they don't. So it just, you got some people that are just so small-minded and they can't think for themselves. So that's why I say yes and no.
Okay.
I would say the same thing. I feel like it depends on like what audience is going to, because you have people who listen to it and may see, whether that's the person's real life or not, you may see, depending on what the song is, the inspiration from it or the inspiration behind it, because some of those people, that was their real life. Now, not everyone was at their real life. Exactly. But some of them, that's their truth. That's their life. That doesn't mean that you have to go out and live the same life, because you're not going to make it the same way. Like, it's a yes or no. Like, be from the hood. Yeah, like, you can't try to live a life that a rapper lived and you live in the suburbs.
In a gated community.
Yeah, like,
like somewhat,
like, make it make sense. It's like
you're gonna claim you from third world.
You're really putting that on yourself. If you allowing what they saying to have that much of an influence on you, you don't have a mind for yourself to begin with. Like, you're just trying to portray to someone else that you may be harder than what you really are, and that doesn't please anyone. You're gonna get yourself hurt, honestly. Like,
really weird.
Whoever the mayor is, I think it's in New York. That's trying to, like, get a law that a certain I can't think of it, like a certain, I don't know what it said.
I'm sorry, but I'm so sorry. When you say mayor, I think about the Chicago mayor.
The Chicago mayor.
I'm so sorry. Too. I don't know why she just comes to my mind, but
every time,
because she be going through the struggle. She still.
I mean, look who she the mayor of.
But it was some I don't know if they were like a gang or some company that basically they went and talked to a mayor because he wanted to create a law to stop them from having their music from having an influence, like stop their music from being played. Yeah, being played because it was having like an influence or whatever. But I feel like it's based on the person who perceives it that way.
Right. Like I said, you got some small-minded people.
Or you sometimes have people who are just a product of their environment. Like, they just can't help that this is how they grew up and this is all they know. So, of course, they're like somehow, some way, the music and hip hop environment's going to have somewhat of an influence on the decisions that they make, but also their environment. You have to think about the way people have grew up and what they went through to, like, this is all they know. So this is how they're going to live. But you also have some people who just want to be followers, want to be a part of a trend, which I don't know why people think that toting guns, claiming that you're hard or you're from a hood is a trend when people are really out here living like that. But, okay.
Like, they don't know a way out, if that makes sense.
They don't have a way out.
Yeah. Either they
don't know a way out,
or they do have a way out. They do. Everyone has a way out.
Yeah. Or
it's just they don't know how. They don't have the resources to get their way out.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Can we talk about the people who have been within the hip hop game, who's lost their lives to gun violence? Like, what does, like, within the hip hop game, like, triggered you? It was like, damn, like, what the hell?
I'm gonna really R.I.P. That's my man.
I know. I already know what you're about to say. Because I feel it too.
Dolph, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, I was at work. Mind you, I work with a lot of older women. I was like, oh my God, y'all, this is not real. Like, this can't be happening.
Facts.
And I just see Dolph is gone, R.I.P. And I'm just like, Dolph who? It better be like
a dolphin.
Yeah, like a freaking SeaWorld or something.
And I know they ain't talking about Adolf.
Yes. Like, and I saw y'all, like, I just burst into tears. Like, this man music has gotten me through, like, college, y'all. Like, I mean, yeah, he be talking his stuff, but I was really laughing with the album, like, with him, the whole thing about Yo Gotti.
Bro.
And it was, like, funny to me, even though it was serious because, like, you know, they were really shooting at each other. But I just thought it was funny because being in college is hard, like, mentally, just So I just thought it was something to entertain me, and I was just laughing through, and I was learning the lyrics. And then you go to parties, everybody, you know. That's when I heard like Preach for the first time in college, y'all.
In college?
In college.
Wow.
I went to the first time, I was like, all right, and baby, I put out the phone, I said, Shazam! What's the name of the song? Ever since I was been bumping it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, somebody in the past put me on him as well. Yeah. But, like, his music, like, really touched me, and it just really influenced me not to go out and beat and kill nobody.
And it's like he died in his home city.
Yo, like, what's up with that?
You were going to get fucking cookies. Like,
you know, it's just sad that, you know, they can't just live their normal. I mean, I would say they're still normal, but
I
their
still
normal
feel like,
lives.
Yeah, even though they're celebrities, to me, they're still
right. Like, why they can't just walk around and free willy just do, you know, whatever they want? Like, geez, it just sucks. Like how it happened. You know, he have children. And he was a wonderful father, a wonderful husband. Right? They were married.
No, they were actually planning to get married.
Well, I'm gonna still say husband because you know
they were still
just for respecting. But yeah, like he was a son. Like it's just sad. Like you know, and he gave back a lot to his community. So to me, it was like a slap in the face. Yeah. And just be close because, you know, the people you think that's down for you, they're really not. Most definitely. So you got to be careful. But yeah, like that was one that really hurt me. Oh, my God. I'm not going to say the other one because I already know that's going to be yours. But yeah.
Yeah, man, that one was hard, bro.
It was, I was like really sad. Like I was really sad. Like I called my friends. I was texting. I was like, y'all, like, bro, I'm crying. Like, I'm hurt.
Damn, bitch, I was about to cry right too. We was all talking about it. We was like, bro, they was saying Dolph was shot. They don't know what happened.
And it's like the more you refresh it, the more stuff just
right. Like, I had to get off of social media.
And then when they said he was gone, I was like, oh, what? Like, not Dolph.
He was too young. Like, yes, he did a lot. He touched a lot of lives and everything, but I don't feel like his work wasn't done. Yeah. So that's what. But like he was still getting started. But you know what? I'm glad that he was able to have that platform and that, his legacy will live on.
Yeah, especially with his label. So.
Right. So that's a good thing. So Key Glock, hold it down.
Period. You want me to go?
I could go, but you could go.
Okay, I'll go. 2019. What was it? It was April 1st? March 30th? I think it was March 30th. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something like that.
I vividly remember where we were when the news broke. We were at Blaze Pizza. We were sitting down. And one of our friends was like, Nipsey Hussle just died. And I was like, what? Like, what?
No, my Nip.
Not Nipsey. So I was like, social media is, basically your newest news platform. So I was like on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, seeing this and that. And I was just seeing like he was shot and killed. Like he's dead. And I was just like, what the fuck? And as you go more and more into the story and you see like where he was shot at, like what happened, who the person was, I'm not saying his name, who the person was, like where it happened, like this man got shot and killed in front of his store where he used to hustle at, where he would get harassed by police at before he went and bought that whole strip. Mm-hmm. Like you and literally got killed in your home, basically your home turf. By someone who they knew each other. Mm-hmm. The man they said that he was a rat or whatever the case may be. That's why I say you always got to be careful with the people who you interact with, who you bring around your circle, because your closest, the person that you may think is closest to you, a person that you know, could be really your biggest hater and your biggest enemy. Right. Like you really never know. So after that, like I was like, damn, like he has, I think his son was like 2 at the time. I was like, he still has kids. I was like, him and Lauren London, like I literally had just watched their GQ couples quiz, and like at the end they were like, yeah, we gonna be back and I'm gonna test her. And I was just like, damn. Like, there is no coming back. Like, in front of your own store. That was one for me who hit home. His music is very, very influential. If you like really listen to it, like it really puts you in a different mentality, like really in that hustle mentality.
Don't judge me, but she low key put me on to more music.
Like,
so
I mean,
it sucks that his first album was damn near his last album. Like Victory Lap was his first very official album. Yeah. So
I would say, I would have to say, and maybe it wasn't maybe influential in a different way, but I would have to say like when Pop Smoke died,
man,
because like
he was very young.
It was like he was very young.
Was and like our age?
No, he's younger than us. He was like 20,
he was 20
21.
when he died. He was 20.
You're right.
And like that caught me off guard because like I think Aja played one of his songs and I was like, who is this?
And he sound like 30.
Yeah, like when I seen what he looked like and then he talked, I said, oh, you sound like that for real. So it was like right when he was getting big, and it's like to find out he literally got killed in his home. He was starting his life, like making it big. You literally got your own house and you got killed in that house. Like that's like foul. Like people can't just
really be preying on your downfall.
Yeah, and it's like he was 20 years old,
just getting started.
That's how I feel about King Von. Like y'all were fighting and you're like take your L, take your your loss. Your friend gotta come in and jump and save you and shoot somebody. Like your homeboy got beat up. Let's just
people don't know how to use hands no more.
No, they just exactly. Y'all so trigger happy.
And I do not like this old wheelchair ramp guy. You already know who I'm talking about. Abbott, yes, I'm coming for you. I don't care. Do what you got to do, baby. But you are full of SHIT because why would you
basically say that, in Texas, everyone is able to basically carry without a permit or without a license.
Let's be real, y'all. Like, that's another thing, too. Like, oh, my God. We have to be more smart. Do y'all not know this is just a setup so we could continue to kill each other?
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand, like, yes, Black lives does matter, but what is the purpose of this whole movement
black on black
when we're killing each other more than the white man is killing us?
And people love to say that, we just do this because, this is the product of our environment, this and that. No. How are we going to sit up here and claim that Black lives matter when a white man is shooting and killing us, but when Daquan from off the street killed Trey.
Oh, he was just a rat. I had to do what I had to do.
No, like let's stop being selective on when the whole movement matters. Like we should also want to better ourselves within our community, and we should want to what Dolph's partners, she has a whole organization. We're gonna get into that later. Black men do deserve to grow old.
Exactly.
Damn.
Because y'all ain't leaving enough out here for us if y'all gonna kill them.
Exactly. It's bad enough that there's too many baby daddies, baby mamas running around. We need fathers and mothers because they're, our women getting killed as well. To grow up, their children to grow up with their parents. That's not fair. Moms and dads should be able to live to see their kids, grow.
No parent wants to outlive their child.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You can't justify the black on black crime. This is just, you can't try to justify it and then try to say, but Black Lives Matter. It's the same thing. Yes, it's no better that someone else is killing us because of our skin color, but the same way that you talk about that, be about it on the other end too.
Right.
Because you're not making the problem any better.
No.
And I don't ever understand, y'all black on black crime, y'all killing each other over probably a female. That's to me,
shoe.
Some shoes. And some drugs.
Right.
Baby, if you don't get you a flight to California, Las Vegas, Colorado.
And come on now. Let's just
shoes.
Let's just really reevaluate
And
this
Houston
whole
is
shit.
ridiculous.
Please don't get me
Why?
started on that.
Why?
I feel like after he passed that whole damn bill, like
exactly,
shit just amped up.
it
Like
hit the fan.
the fact that we have surpassed Chicago.
Very
That's
much
scary,
so.
y'all. That is really scary.
It is.
And no offense to, we may have some people here from Chicago that are listening. No offense, but
Y'all be wild.
I literally used to search after every weekend, like the shootings and shit
every day
that happened in Chicago, and I would just like look at them from Wednesday to Sunday. People are getting killed, people are getting shot out there, and for us to surpass Chicago, like
that's scary.
we need better police chief, mayor. Fuck all that. Look,
the whole thing.
The whole
I'm
government system.
Sylvester Turner has to go. We're just gonna throw that out there.
Get rid of
He
him.
has to go. Sorry,
y'all Northside friend.
We tried to give him a chance. We even reelected him, but things are not getting better. Like
I feel like they're just sitting on their butts. They don't really care what's going on.
Like yes, people are shooting at police, but this road rage shit is getting out of hand. Kids getting shot and killed.
That's not okay.
You killing a little boy over what? You were 19. What the hell were you shooting and killing an 11-year-old for?
You're mad because they wouldn't let you over. They flick you off. At the end of the day, y'all not going to see each other. Like, after that, just exchanging words. So, all that violence and stuff, now you just took it to a whole nother level.
And now your
like,
life
you
is
took
lost.
it too far.
You're gone. You're done.
And now you're in jail. And again, that's going back to, that's why they putting all that money into the whole prison. Man, because they already know. They already know. That's why, again, it's a setup. Open your eyes.
They don't expect kids to
open up that third eye. Please open up that third eye and just be open-minded about things. It's a setup. They're working together to continue to basically degrade and put black people down.
To have us keep going in the same cycle.
Exactly. Like this curse, like they say generational curse, this whole thing gotta break.
You gotta want a birthday. You shouldn't want to stay in the same place and be comfortable in the same place.
Just the same loop.
Come on now.
That record just still going.
Yeah, somebody gotta start the change.
Ain't scratched or nothing. Just still going.
Piggyback off of this whole conversation, have you like personally within yourself like dealt with like gun violence, not like with yourself, but like with a family member, someone close to you, this and that? Like, have that like shook your world?
I had a cousin a while back. It was a very brutal thing that went on. Don't want to get into detail about it because it's very disturbing, but yes, I have, and it just sucks because I only remember meeting that cousin probably once or twice at my big age. And I'm going to say at my big age because, you know, everything
when you're young,
it's kind of like everything's a blur. You know, you don't really remember much. But yeah, like that was just, you know, heartbreaking. Even though my family is not close, it was still heartbreaking to, you know, lose, you know, someone in your bloodline. Like,
yeah.
You know? So yeah, I have before.
I don't think I have. Not through like gun violence or anything. I have had someone like to go to jail in my life over, you know, something that someone else lied about decades ago. Legit decades ago that person went to jail for basically 10 years because you couldn't own up and tell the truth that you was trying to be fast and talk to someone that was above your age. And then to have other people be so bitter that you follow it because you know it and you lie and say that, you know, that person was trying to talk to your children or whatever, when it's like nobody's interested in your child. High school or not, nobody's interested in your child.
It's how you said it.
I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
like, no, anyways,
I'm sorry.
Like it, you know, that affects a whole family. Like when the situation happened, I was in 8th grade. When the situation, when the person finally got out of jail, I had graduated college the second time. So, like, that's a whole big gap that person is missing from your life. That is like, you have to relearn that person, relearn what, what they had to deal with, their triggers, and they have to learn you again. So it's like, it sucks that, people can't be more thoughtful instead of being so senseless about what they put out there or what they do, like their actions. You can't go back on that once you do it.
Right.
Even if you try to change your mind, like either a life is lost or like someone is suffering at your hand because you lied.
Right, because once the state pick that up, that's it.
Very much so.
That is it.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it was actually the year anniversary is coming up on March 1st of this year. My cousin who had just turned 30 lost his life last year, and I remember getting a phone call from my grandmother about it, and she actually said his older brother's name, which y'all know JoJo and Shay's dad. Yeah, like after that call, like I was up the whole night. I couldn't sleep because I thought that it was him who got shot. I had to go downstairs, wake my mama up, tell her what happened. And she went to the scene and everything. And when she came back and told me that it was his brother instead, I was just like, and she was like, he was the one who got shot and killed. And I was just like, whoa, like what? Like,
right.
That's not something that I, usually deal with on a daily basis or like a regular basis. So just hearing that, it was just like damn, like this could really happen to anybody, any family. Like guns really don't have, like bullets really don't have a name on them. Like
sure don't.
Nope.
And the whole situation, like how everything unfolded, this and that, like it's just crazy. But yeah, that's
such an unfortunate,
a very unfortunate situation. You have he has 3 kids who no longer have a father.
Right. And then going back to that. And then, and it's not, these young children fault, but they grow up and they're upset. They're angry. And it's, it's kind of hard for their mothers or their fathers to explain that, this is what happened to your mother. And that's why that cycle repeats
itself.
And, we could stop it now, then we wouldn't have to worry about that.
I feel like when someone is behind the trigger, like you really don't think about, yes, you're killing this person, but you don't think about all the other domino effects or lives that you're affecting when you pull this trigger. Like this person can have kids, this person can have a wife, this person can have brothers, sisters, a mother or dad. Like, oh, you also have to think about your life. Like you're about to you're throwing your life away.
And they don't care. You got people that really don't care. Like that's what's wild. Like, okay, you want to spend your life
not phased at all.
No.
How can you sleep at night?
Like how
you
can
surely
you sleep? And you're like, this is on your mind for the rest of your life. Like, I killed this person. Like I did this, I did that. Like, and 9 times out of 10, when it's a black on black crime, like the justice is not served. Like.
Right.
They don't care.
The police is going to act like they're going to pick this case up and this and that. No.
They're not.
They don't care. Because in their eyes, it's just like...
It's just another day.
Or just one less black person they have to kill.
Exactly.
I hate to say it that way, but that's how
that's really how it feels.
Mm-hmm. That's how you take it. Because, you don't care. Like, you're not even trying to help. But yeah, it's just, it's very wild. So go back to Charlene thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my opinion, this is how I feel about it. When someone, accuse another individual of something that they know for sure they did not do you think that they should start charging, or it should be a law for that? I mean, I feel like it is a law, but they don't really use it. like towards them, like basically where they should be charged for,
Well,
you know, lying.
like,
You
either
lied.
like a woman or a man will lie and like
Yeah,
basically
about
say to
any
someone.
situation.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it should be a law, like, because it doesn't. It's like you've messed up someone's life, and now I feel like I really don't wish any bad on anyone, but I feel like the same suffering they had to deal with, you should deal with it, because it's like they're suffering at your hands. So why shouldn't you suffer the same way or worse? Because the thing is, like, when you lie, even like in the Emmett Till situation, you lied and you waited decades to try to prove the men who did that to him are dead and gone, and they suffered in a different way. But it's like you waited decades to do that. That boy's life isn't coming back.
Right.
Like, for all I care personally, you should be rotting in somebody's jail right now.
I don't care how old it is. I don't care if she
like you. There's
90.
no sympathy for you.
No.
There's no sympathy.
Especially when you lie like that and you lie.
Right.
You make this lie knowing that it's about to ruin someone's life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it was a Baylor football player. Like, he was like this really, really big football player. NFL bound. And one of them lied and said that he raped her. And it was just like, it came out really, I think, after the case. But this man's life is like,
it's shattered.
It's shattered. Like, his dream that he wanted to do to fulfill playing in NFL, like, that's
all
gone
away. So be
all
careful
off a
with
word.
Be careful with these blue-eyed devils. That's all I'm saying. That you a black queen.
I just don't see the purpose in lying though, like, because
like what's your motive?
At
like,
the end of the day,
agenda?
just own up that you was trying to be a hoe and it backfired if they didn't want you.
Like,
don't be upset that you were embarrassed and that you have shame. Own it. Put your pride to the side and suck it up. They didn't want you, or they wasn't trying to deal with you in that manner. Take the mannerisms to somebody else.
Exactly.
Like, don't ruin somebody's life for that. And then I don't even know how you could sleep or have a conscience like that. To sleep like that at night knowing you ruined somebody's life.
Because they thought they was going to get that bread, get the head, and leave. But no. Don't work like that. You getting that, they got their head, and then you got to leave.
Listen.
I mean, it's the truth. That's how it is. Like, girl, you thought I was going to be Mr. Put It On and put you on? Because I'm not. And, yeah, so jokes was on you, and you got mad. So, it is what it is. But I do agree with you, though, girl, because they need to be in jail. Facts. And the lady with the Emmett Till, I don't even know her name because she's so irrelevant. I don't care if she on life support. Y'all still need to roll her in jail.
Oh,
my
God.
She on life support.
She on like roll her into that prison. Oh well.
Yeah, she do need to go though. I don't care. I don't care how many decades she.
Especially if y'all really look at the images and just hear the story. I'm like, I have to watch this show. Yeah, I have to. It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu. Y'all
but you
really
can even do a Google search.
Like, y'all,
Emmett Till.
If y'all just, he was only 13. He was 13. A 13-year-old was beaten, tortured to death.
Beaten, tortured, and shot to death.
Like, come on. Like,
and then threw him in the river.
Like he was just some trash. Like, oh my God, y'all. 13 years old. 13.
If only they hear
innocent
about the other stories that didn't happen. Here in Texas this week.
Listen.
The man who was tied behind on the back of their truck.
If you don't know nothing about Texas or these southern states, don't go to no sundown town. Look them up.
So, y'all,
you better stay away from them.
Look up the definition of a sundown town.
Look it up.
Baby, y'all better zoom.
Baby, you don't even want to stop there for gas.
No.
No food. Don't pee on yourself. Get a cup and figure it out. Hold it.
I'd rather piss on myself before I stop inviting.
Don't
Jasper. I ain't doing it.
No.
I pee on myself. Just, oh well. I clean the seats.
Hey, no.
No, ma'am.
I will still never understand why we had a volleyball tournament at Vidor, Texas. I would never understand.
We had a whole soccer. They had a whole soccer game in Jasper. Like,
no, ma'am. I wouldn't win. Y'all crazy as hell.
I would never understand. That's when I first learned about Vidor. Never looked back. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Then we had to go there the second day.
People gonna be looking at you like,
didn't want to go. Like, Can we just lose this game? Because they're going to really be mad win.
Shit, I would have looked at all them damn cities, teams we would have went to when they put their schedule out. Vital. I never heard of Vital.
I ain't playing that game. My leg
But
hurt.
yeah, y'all be careful. Like, if at least ride with someone. Don't be by yourself if you traveling like road trip. Like, please do not go by yourself. In the southern states, do not go by yourself.
And it ain't just Texas.
No, it's not.
The southern states.
Southern.
Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina. Like, come on, Mississippi, Alabama.
Oh, Alabama!
I'm not going to Alabama.
Ain't nothing in Birmingham, Alabama for me. I'm sorry.
Alabama, you know they really
I'm not
bad.
going to see no historical. I'm sorry. No.
Don't ask me to go. I'm not going.
No.
I'm not going.
Although I do want to go to a University of Alabama football game, but
I'd rather just move to Jamaica because this is just stressful. Like, I don't care what y'all say. I think my ancestors are like from the Caribbean.
Girl,
like,
you're from Africa.
No, I know that, but I still feel like I have.
You're from Africa.
Of course, they're from Africa, but I feel like my ancestors were like moved to.
They're from Nigeria.
Caribbean. Oh, see, don't disrespect the Nigerians like that. Don't disrespect the Nigerians like that.
No.
But I'm so.
That's gonna get cut out anyway.
But I'm really for real because like my mama said since I was young I've been hooked on like that Caribbean music.
She want to be Jamaican so bad.
I'm telling y'all, I'm really from the islands.
Want to be Jamaican.
I really want to
so
go to
bad.
Africa just to visit.
But yeah, what would the girls do? Like I said, this really wasn't an episode where you gonna get the tea and gossip and all that.
We're bringing awareness,
most definitely. Let's talk about, and it's pissing me off because of the sentencing and all that bullshit. The Dante Wright case and how she only got 2 fucking years for shooting and killing. 2 years. That's the same amount of time they gave JT for fraud. 2 years.
I just don't understand how she mistakenly the
taser.
You know where your taser and your gun is. Come on now, how many?
You weren't that nervous.
How much? How
and you a veteran in the game, like
you not.
And it's one day you mistake you knew you messed up anyways because you tried to quit.
First of all, bitch, you knew you fucked up. How crazy do you look smiling in your fucking mugshot? Like that shows that you did not care.
Right.
Like you had no remorse on what you did.
That's why they stop killing each other. Stop killing them.
No, whoa. We do not condone.
Violence.
Let's just start there.
We're gonna cut that out, but I just had to say that because y'all get what I'm coming from.
Yeah, most definitely.
But it's just like stop.
That's foul.
But like 2 years, that's really trifling.
That's
like a slap on the hand.
That is. Y'all might as well just let her out. Because, I mean, 2 years, that's not blink of the eye. She out. Like, just let her out now. And that's the case.
Exactly.
That's just so stupid and goofy. Like, this man is dead. Like, didn't he have... how old was he?
He had a child.
He had a small child. He was very young. He was young.
Like,
He's like early 20s, I believe.
If not 20, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is being black in America.
Mm-hmm. There are very many cases that have happened recently that.
But it's okay because I want to change my thing.
mind-blowing.
I love my black skin. I
love being a threat.
Because, you know, we have rhythm. Let's start there. We have style.
We have lips.
We have... Ooh. On that note, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, this is where I get real ignorant, okay?
Because y'all be acting real in denial and real ignorant.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so you know, I'm gonna let Aja wrap it up since this was her special episode.
Shout out to y'all for tuning in to this second episode. I'm glad that we made it without shedding tears because I low-key felt them coming for me. So proud of us. But yes, we are bringing awareness to things that needed to be talked about, need to shed a light on this, especially during Black History Month. Right. But for me, Black History is every day.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, we're gonna bring awareness every day, not just for a month, not just for 28, 29 days. No. But yeah, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, share this with somebody, comment what you liked about this episode. And we will see y'all in the next episode. But it's your girl, Please Crew, signing out. I'm Aja,
Charlene,
Brittany, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.
Love you, Kings.